actually said to the guy I was supposed to go on this night out, or it was a birthday night out, and I was supposed to be there. I actually stole a quote from Tommy Lee Jones on the set of Batman Forever. What he said to Jim Carrey. I actually said to my mate, I cannot sanction his buffoonery. And I've been waiting to say that line for years on someone, and this just felt like the perfect occasion because that sums up my feelings on this particular individual who's making an infamous name for himself as I speak. We've leveled up. I hope. Let's see. These intros would work a lot better, if I was good at music. You close the windows now, please. Thank you. So yes, I'm officially back regular. Uh, and back in the day, YouTube video platforms was a whole different experience. As locally, at least, Aberdeen. Did I say something? Did I say something out loud? Um, I was, now correct me if I'm wrong, I was one of the few people doing videos back in 2010, 2014, even 2018, as late as that. I was seemed to be one of the few doing videos. The 2020s happened, and now everyone and their mama from here is doing videos, and most of them are doing much better than I ever did, view count wise, at least subscriber wise. I'm not jealous. But I do have a bone to pick with everyone, and that is, where were yous back in the day? I all those nights out I had to endure by myself, getting stick from everyone. It seemed at one point. So, even though this has never been successful, I did gain an infamous name. I think it's fair to say in my local Aberdeen Premier such and such bar. Hello, you lot. You miss me? Probably not. Yeah, we probably don't even know who I am anymore. Let's be honest. Anyway, where were you all? I could have done with some backup back then. It was an endurance test. The debut year making PMDB videos. The nights out were mental. I was a constant target.
Weekend after weekend, there's always someone who just makes my blood boil.
Anyway, so as I'm actually happy to see, more and more people in my area making content. Some people arguably make, like, not looking at anybody in particular, but it's a certain individual that I think has me beat in the cringeworthy factor, hands down. He's eclipsed, maybe not Halloween Dean beat a video I may or may not make public again. I want this to be the greatest period of PMDB video series ever. Like, I'm going to compete with myself, so to speak. And I am going to look into some of those. The majority of my videos are all public, which is how I want them. But there is some hidden gems, let's say, and I may look into them again. I've seen some videos of others thinking, if they can say and do that, why can I not make these bad boys public again? We shall see. So, if you come to my channels, Paul Michael David Bain, Paul Michael DB, Wrestle Forever, you go to the other video platform I'm on, that's not available in the UK, so that's kind of annoying, but if you're outside the UK, you can watch it, I suppose. There's that. I want you to have fun. I want you to get something from these videos, and perhaps some people out there are able to relate to me too. I'm very, very awake, very, very, very like awake. Not awake in the morning, but I'm awake. If that does anything for you, if we're in the same wavelength, if you get me. So yes, I think this is the most excited I've been creating new videos since I was in the middle of creating PMDB Video 10. Like, it was very early stages of my video journey. I'd never quite shown a side of me like this before on a video format. And it was all very exciting. It was nerve-wracking and exciting. It was like, are people going to hate me? Some did. Uh, and I feel like I'm experiencing that all over again. But, I was 22 back then. Now I'm nearly 38. So it's like, I'm a different, I think, I look at things differently now. Don't take some things seriously like may have done in the past. And I think the place I am now in life, like, I feel I can handle certain situations far superior than I did in the past. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. If anybody happened to watch PMDB 113, there we are, end of an era, our Summerhill School. And wonders what Summerhill School looks like now, being resurrected with the flats. That's it.